Yo, we here. It's Friday. It's Friday Night Year. For anybody can't hear AK, Mr. AK, put your mom in the figure for a leg lock. Follow the Friday Night Year YouTube channel and also follow the Blood Cartel YouTube channel. And we're here tonight. A light episode to end off the new year. I know people had a rough time figuring out content mentions outside WWE, so we got some backup topics just in case. We got Jamel here, aka Eastside Reviews. How you feeling tonight?
I'm good, man. Off until fucking Wednesday. Ready to chill, relax, see Aquaman. Hear that's mid. Gonna see the Iron Claw Sunday. I'm gonna see the Iron Claw on Sunday. I hear that shit is fucking gas. So
I was
it'll be an interesting weekend of movies.
Maybe we have an Iron Claw review next week to round out the new year, possibly. Afro Comedy 765 is in the building also.
You know the vibes.
So things going around in WWE for the most part. I mean, Bailey signed a new contract, so she'll be there for
the original Tribal Cheeks is staying for a while.
Tribal Cheeks is staying there.
Keeping us going, yo.
AEW has no interest in Julia, which is hilarious.
Well, that's because they already know she's NXT bound.
Yeah.
Who knows? Give her a nice offer.
I mean, I'm not interested in Rihanna at all.
You hear they're saying Sasha asked for more than what Charlotte signed for,
which is
fair.
Well, I don't see what the problem is.
Fair, like, hey, you won't need pay.
You know that the IWC community is going to have to say, "Oh, Sasha don't have long title reigns. She don't have good promos. I heard she got carried.
Consistency, though.
I heard she got carried in her matches. I'm like, all right. Show me when she got carried in a match. Ever.
Please.
Ever.
What match did Sasha Banks get carried in?
That's hilarious.
You know the one she got carried in.
Oh, yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah, we know. In other news, Matt Riddle signed a deal with MLW. First match is gonna be Jacob. First match is gonna be Jacob Fatu. It's gonna be here in Philly. So, you know,
buddy. Matt Riddle's return to MLW.
Yeah,
because that's where he was before NXT.
Well, he's back there now. So shout out to him and everything he got.
Him and Jacob. I saw somebody make a meme that said even after getting kicked out of WWE, he's still beefing with the Bloodline. I was like, that's right. That's
you drop the bag. Just don't drop this one.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard. The MLW is not in it. They need
he gonna cut us. He gonna cut a CM
name.
Punk promo talking about I'm home. You know, a couple years ago I left pro wrestling. I return now.
Like, it's gonna be word for word,
bar for bar.
Other news: Ali's doing a world tour. So,
oh yeah, that
shit gonna be gas.
That promo was fire, yo. That video got over 1 million views in like the first couple hours.
Yeah, like that Mike Bailey match. That's the one that I got my eye on. I'm like, that shit.
You see, sometimes when WWE lets you go, maybe you was born to just do other things. Like, look at Matt Cardona. It's like he's living in
everybody has the Matt Cardona effect, though.
Yeah.
Your
boy could do the Cody Drew route, which is let me get hot on these indies, let me build up my brand, let me build up this reputation, and then
undeniable to undeniable part two.
Exactly. And so when the time is coming for a bigger bag, AEW, holla at me. WWE, holla at me. Otherwise, he can do the Matt Cardona and just live that independent life. And hey, that's
be an unofficial GCW signee.
Yeah, Matt Cardona's doing well.
In GCW, I do believe.
Yeah, like that's coming up in the beginning of the year. So
hopefully, Ali has a flourishing indie career that he needs.
And y'all already know the vibes. Biggest free agent, AJ Francis. That man is GCW bound. So yeah, that's gonna be something to see.
Bruh, I don't care what nobody says they can take. Bruh, Top Dollar is not a good wrestler, bro. He's not. He's not.
You know what?
He is mid on the mic.
He is a good wrestling historian. So I think from an entertainment standpoint, if you put him on like a wrestling entertainment show, he'll do well.
Yeah. He was good on that hidden treasure shit. WWE.
Well, yeah, but he also wasn't wrestling on it.
Yeah.
Well, that part's true. Just in case He doesn't know he's on mute, but
Yeah,
you know.
Menace, you're muted.
You said what, y'all?
Okay.
No, I know if you had a side conversation or you just like.
Oh yeah, I was.
Just making sure. Other news. Oh, Dolph Ziggler's doing his first independent match, tag teaming with his brother. So
Of course.
shout out to him.
Of course, doing charity work.
The Nimitz Bros are back together.
The Nimitz Bros are back.
Yeah.
Not really much other than that in wrestling news for the most part.
Who's the devil, gentlemen? Who's the devil?
Backlash with the Ridge Holland. Backlash with the Ridge Holland Dragunov storyline going off because, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know how WWE like to blend storylines with real life, so
it could be in bad taste. Because how did you guys feel about Ilya selling like that when we know that Ridge Holland, though it wasn't his fault, he did put Big E on the shelf with a neck injury indefinitely.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about when in AEW when Danielson did like the little seizure shit? Like it's a very fine line.
It hits different though with Danielson because we know he's got these problems, these concussion issues, this brain damage that's slowly building up.
He's going out. He's literally going out in matches looking like Kurt Russell and fucking Escape from New York with a fucking whole eye patch on, just like. And he's going to wrestle Claudio tomorrow. So, well, it might be
because the BBC toughest faction in wrestling apparently.
Did you guys see this Tony Khan fucking after Ring of Honor, whatever Ring of Honor pay-per-view? He did the media scrum and he tried to praise Bryan Danielson by saying he's had 3 major injuries in 1 year and came back each time. That is not
a good thing.
That's not 3 major injuries in 1 year. It's horrible.
That's
Why are we praising that?
He has nothing else. He has nothing else really to praise. So it's just like he's just drawing straws at this point. Just like
he's one of the smartest people Tony knows.
The smartest person he's ever met.
Which I asked, how many people do you know? How many have you met? Just checking.
Yeah, roundabout number.
But like for me, to answer your question, Afro, the devil, I think it's gonna be fucking. I think it's Adam Cole. That's still my prevailing thought. It's like that's the only thing that makes sense. Because if it's
when do you unmask him? When do you unmask him?
Oh God, the Scooby-Doo mysteries.
We know Adam Cole.
They revealed the old man at the music park, like old man Trunch Bomb. Yeah, I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and you MJF. Do the full Scooby-Doo because it's already a cartoon.
At least we got an MJF Swerve promo, so that was whatever.
Yeah,
let's
not fuck that up.
But if you go back to any match MJF and Swerve have had on the Indies, it's always been good, and they've both done nothing but get better since. So when they finally do go at it, it's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, don't fuck it up, Tony.
The last of the news, Kenny Omega with the diverticulitis. He said if they didn't catch him in time, he had a 50% of just like going in the dirt pretty much. So they caught it in time. So do
you guys think this is payback though? Because they named the F5, and whether Kenny came up with this or not, who knows? But they named the F5 in Fight Forever. It's called diverticulitis.
I mean, only like 30 people bought that game, so not that many people know. So
yeah. But I mean, come on, is that not karma?
It's dirty karma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got a conspiracy theory though. Mine is he's faking.
Is the diverticulitis a work?
He's faking it because he doesn't want to work with Chris Jericho.
Because
he doesn't want this angle.
I've seen say he's faking the diverticulitis.
Like, get me away from Chris Jericho by any means. Ooh, damn, my guts hurt. I'm gonna be out for a while.
Their tag team name, I was like, oh, he don't want to be with this nigga.
Yeah. You can't even the New York Jets.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Winnipeg confused with Golden.
Fucking Manitoba. We're something. Dog, my guts hurt.
It's a mess at the end of the day. But I did want to bring this topic up. I thought it was interesting. One, we're gonna rank top 10 Paul Heyman guys.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I can't name probably more than like 6.
Well, gladly enough, I'm going to name them for you.
I'm guessing Cam has a list of Paul Heyman guys.
That's the host's job to provide that info.
So to the honorary mention guys, I had the Paul E. Dangerously guys. to rank the stunning Steve Austin.
That's the one guy I was thinking about. I was like, are we going to talk about
stunning Steve Austin?
Stunning Steve Austin. Me, Mark Callis.
But that's when he first started drinking the beer, though.
Ravishing Rick Rude, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and Arn Anderson.
Yeah, the whole Dangerous Alliance. Like, the Dangerous Alliance is one of the low-key most underrated factions alike all time.
Yes, sir.
You had 5 cold niggas in the group. You had Rick Rude, Bobby Eaton, Steve Austin, Arn, had fucking Larry Zbyszko. Yeah, like that's a cold ass group. I forgot
about Larry Zbyszko being in the
Larry
Zbyszko,
Arn, where do y'all have Ravishing Rick Rude as all-time hero? Because I was literally just having a conversation with this one of my homies.
Top 10.
Because I think real talk, if he was in a later era, he might be like definitively top
10 wrestlers of all time. We're putting Ravishing Rick
as a heel. As a heel, I think he should be at worst. I think he's like top 20, top 15 because he never got to that. For me personally,
Ravishing Rick Rude's not in my top 10. He's not in my top 15.
Like, I think if he had like a sustained like main event run either in WWE or like the closest was with the Dangerous Alliance when he was US champ and won the international WCW title, like that's the closest he got to being a sustained main event dude. And to be quite honest, he got the best stuff out of Ultimate Warrior, which is like that might make him top 10 already because it's like, hey, I made a miracle happen. Like I literally made chicken salad from that pile of chicken shit. So I say he's top 15. I say he's top 15. Dope heel, good Intercontinental champion, great US champion. Like I said, Dangerous Alliance, face of that. Like he was really good. It's just the injuries and he didn't get that like world title. That world title run.
It happens to the best of us. You get caught.
Oh man. All right, so starting with the Paul Heyman guys, Hardcore Holly,
Bob.
I'm going off the list.
Bob.
Those are Paul E. Dangerously guys.
I'll allow it. No complaint. He can be at 10. Fuck Hardcore Holly, racist bitch.
I can't put Hardcore Holly over Rick Rude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Rick Rude, Stunning
for anything
not on the list. There are Paul E. Dangerously guys. I'm asking for
so
Paul
strictly
E.
when he is Paul Heyman.
I got you.
Okay.
But we got Hardcore Holly.
Even if here's the thing, even if there are 10 people, Hardcore is not on the list. Like, we'll go with
there's more than 10 people, so
okay. So yeah, Hardcore Holly is definitely
not on the list. Fine.
Bob.
Test.
R.I.P. But
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But like,
he's not on
if
the list
we look at the match history, is there any like super test match you guys are gonna think of? Because I can't. I'm trying.
Best big boot in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
if he hadn't got bitched out,
that only move set. It's like his only move though. It's the big.
Like if he hadn't got bitched in the whole Stephanie Triple H wedding thing, if that worked out and he had like an actual
the original wrestling cuck, bro.
Shout out to TNA with Trish Stratus, so
yeah. Oh yeah, TNA was a dope tag team.
Yeah.
So this is where we start out for my 10, Cesaro.
Okay, he could be at 10.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh, no. I know some other ones. I just had to think. I had to think where you're going, Cam, and yeah, he's not 10 because he's better than a couple of these dudes you gonna name because we know one.
But okay, so can we at least agree that he'll go on the list if we can't agree with a placement for him right now?
He's on the list.
Menace, you're muted. Just let you know. Unless you got side conversation. Side convo. The Dudley Boys.
Okay, yeah, they're up there.
The originals, bro, fucking.
They almost killed Paul Bear.
Of course.
Yeah, they're definitely on.
I think the Dudley Boys had more success without Paul, but
they definitely did. But Paul was definitely a good little setting up point because he was everybody's favorite person to hate in wrestling in the mid '90s.
I'll give them on the list. I will put them on the list.
9 for Dudley Boys. Just saying, they had more success without him than with him, in my opinion. Who's off the list? Heidenreich.
Yeah,
remember that?
Nah, that dude was gonna be a unfrozen Nazi. Just
bro. They were.
It was wild.
Heidenreich.
They were wild.
So I said 10 was Cesaro, so I forgot 10 is Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
Can't forget Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel's the Intercontinental champion, so
he might not be 10 because I know his partner. He's on this list.
So what do y'all put Curtis Axel?
8? No, 9. He'd be 9 for me.
9. So we should move the. Hold on. So
move the Dudleys up because I know one of the names that
okay.
So we'll keep it Cesaro at 10, Curtis Axel 9, Dudley's at 8.
Yep. Sounds good.
Ryback.
That's the name. Ryback is number 10.
Yeah, put Ryback. Move everybody else up one and put the.
Ryback for sure.
Don't forget, he's trying to get Ryback over by kissing him on the cheek.
True.
So
yeah,
that was the thing. And that's when
Ryback for not blocking me on Twitter, although I tell him to.
And that's when Ryback was in that weird motorcycle death era he was in. So I don't know what that was about. So
Ryback rules.
Ryback does rule. Big Show.
Easy 6.
God damn. Yeah, he'd be 6.
An easy ECW champion with Paul Heyman.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The Big Show Paul Heyman runs to me didn't feel, what I'm saying? They didn't feel that special.
It was under that run that Big Show beat Brock Lesnar for the first time.
You gotta think the whole
and it's like
ECW rebrand run was atrocious. Let's just
I'm referring to like that 02, the 02 one when they first linked up. Because it's like that's when he won the WWE beat Brock.
Oh yeah, when he had the pants with the black belt.
The pants. That literally probably was the best that he looked.
We got
pants Big Show.
Durag McMahon out of that run.
Somebody got a haircut.
Bugle Boy.
Black pants Big Show was insane.
Yeah, Bugle Boy Big Show was the same era. So we got Ryback at 10, Curtis Axel at 9, Cesaro at 8, Dudley Boys at 7, Big Show at 6.
Okay.
Yep.
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, that's 5. That's an easy 5.
Yeah, gotta be top 5, 100%.
He was ECW and WWE champ at the same time.
He's also the whole damn show.
Oh,
easy 5
show. Easy 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kurt Angle.
This might be a hot take for a lot of people, but Rob Van Dam to me is one of the most successful people to come out of ECW.
Take Ryback off. Take Ryback off.
Literally, he is one of the most successful ECW originals. And a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy. Kurt Angle.
Take Ryback off.
We all put Kurt Angle.
Because here's the thing, he never won.
I was
say, the 03 run when they linked up in 03.
Kurt Angle
was WWE champion, and they built Team Angle with Shelton and Charlie Haas too.
Would you put him over Rob Van Dam though?
Yes.
I would, because I kind of because they were Rob Van Dam and Heyman weren't like an act, but I would say he'd be.
So we got Angle at 4.
Yeah, Angle at 4 for now.
All right, the top 3 is going to be debatable. CM Punk.
See, he's 2 in my opinion.
2, number 2.
Yeah, 2. I will say this. I think he would be 3 because Punk needed Paul Heyman less than both Roman and Brock. Punk had that great run with Paul Heyman. They were great together, pairing.
I think Roman is 3.
CM Punk at 3 because it's going to be weird to duke it out for Brock and Roman for 1 and 2.
Like for me, Brock needed Paul Heyman.
He did.
Roman needed Paul Heyman. Punk didn't need him. He was like,
but he made good use of him. Though.
He made good use of him.
It looked cool with him.
Yeah. It's like Bobby Heenan with Mr. Perfect or Bobby Heenan with Rick Rude. They could do it on their own. They were good on their own, but Heenan being beside them,
from the fat guy
that elevated them. And that's what Punk was with Paul Heyman. It was just like, Heyman, like Punk was great on his own.
Like the number 10 together, which is hilarious.
And they were funny. They had some good moments together. So
it looked cool. It just looked like Punk was just like in his element, and like he's more comfortable with Paul Heyman as far as just like you saw him with the Straight Edge Society and him being a heel. You saw the stuff he did.
I stand by heel Punk being the best Punk in my opinion. When you go back to that ROH, the devil, the smartest thing the devil ever made you do was think you did.
Jim Shorts,
Go
CM
back
Punk.
to that Ring of Honor promo, bro.
Yeah, but Punk with Heyman, yeah, you got him. You got the Taker stuff out of it. You got
the Rock stuff. You got
the Rock stuff. You got a lot.
John Cena.
You got a lot of
great.
John Cena. You got some Ryback stuff out of it, but I mean,
nothing's perfect.
I think his best work was with Paul Heyman was versus The Undertaker at Mania. So I think
that's The Undertaker's last like legit great.
Excelled him. And funny fact, I was at that pay-per-view Money in the Bank when Paul Heyman turned on CM Punk. So I was at that. All right, we got Roman Reigns.
He would be 2 for me.
See, for me, he's the number 3. I would have Punk at number 2, but I'm not necessarily mad at Roman being 2, but I would have CM Punk at number 2.
Like we all know who the top, the top 3 are unquestioned for me.
Too. But like I think thinking about Roman has done so much. Like Roman, there's a question I'm going to ask you guys later, that I think deserves some thought because there's a possibility of it now.
Like to me, there's no wrong order that you can have.
Yeah, like
Punk,
these 3
Brock,
are so.
and Roman
like
because it's like
change between Brock, Punk, and fucking Roman. So
see, I don't know because like for me, see that there might just be like slight bias, but I think Brock. Not necessarily saying that he's the definitive number 1, but I think what he did with Paul Heyman and just how they worked together, like how Paul Heyman was the voice and Brock was the muscle in the action. It was that perfect mesh of just greatness. What one did, the other one didn't, and what one wasn't good at, the other one complimented and was good at. And just Brock essentially, like Brock was greatness. We already knew that, but having Paul Heyman really just show us and emphasize us. You got to be great to beat someone like The Undertaker. You got to be great to dominate someone like John Cena. You know what I'm saying? You got to be great to, be the longest Universal Champion, yada, yada. Like, the way that he was really, like, making us just believe that Brock was just this even greater monster than what he already was on TV. Yeah. I'm not saying that he's not doing the same for Roman, but Roman kind of already feels like that final boss. Brock felt like a final boss that would beat most final bosses, especially with Paul Heyman. That's why I think he's the clear number 1 for me.
We've all seen them.
He's number 1.
Brock is definitely secret boss level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like he's Akuma. After you've beaten him, Bison, he's Akuma coming out of nowhere.
I'm the best.
He's like the
best of the best of the best of the best of the best that ever will be.
Like the reason why I would have Roman at 2 as opposed to Punk at 2 is like we were saying, Punk didn't necessarily like the act work, but Punk didn't need him. Roman had the big dog
doing stuff with
Paul. Like it could, I don't think it's gonna get to that level of Rock and Paul because they was like these, and it was just that's peanut butter and chocolate. That's like it's just that perfect pairing. They can't be fucked with. Like they
over, yo. Rock
like,
one.
Like Roman for me, him being paired with Paul Heyman, it legitimized him as a heel. It allowed him to get a little more comfortable. And I think being with Paul Heyman enhanced who Roman is as a performer. And by extension, Paul Heyman being that close with Jay, with Jimmy, with Solo, with Sammy, that helped everybody. And so it was beneficial.
Anyone working with Paul Heyman is literally working with one of the better bookers that the industry's seen in the last 3 decades, if we're going to be completely honest.
Yeah, like shout out
I put him up there with the Gabe Sapolskys and the fucking ghettos in Japan and fucking
he was great.
Paul's
that Gabe Sapolsky,
the Jim Cornettes, if you will.
Like I was watching the Kayla Braxton interview with Chris Van Vliet, and she talks about Paul being that like helpful dude for everybody. So if you work with Paul Heyman, unless you're Ryback. Like it doesn't work.
Ryback's the one.
It's the exception. You know what? It's the exception to the rule. That proves it can fail.
Let me ask this question real quick. So I'm gonna give you 5 superstars, right? If they were paired with Paul Heyman, would they elevate their career, or it would just be the same, pretty much? So
That's a really good.
So I'll give a circle on there. So I'll go late 2000 Shawn Michaels.
So like when he came back from his injury?
When he came back from injury, won the world title Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania 25, 26 with Undertaker. Well, it elevated his career a little bit more with Paul Heyman, or just would have been the same thing?
I think he still would have been looked at as Shawn Michaels. Like at that point, he was so great and he was so solidified that
he was already HBK.
Yeah, he was above belt.
Yeah, exactly. He was truly above the belt at that point. So adding someone like Paul Heyman would have literally just been just extra gas in the fire
already, where you don't have to be wrestling for a belt to be a draw.
Yeah. As an aside, I think that's where Roman, like once Roman loses, he's gonna be at that position where it's like, all right,
that's where CM Punk's at. I don't need now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
CM Punk doesn't need to go after a belt. Do we want him to? Yes, but he doesn't need to. A belt's not going to make you think CM Punk.
Okay, so
Menace hit the nail on the head.
We don't need it. So I will ask,
although that would have been interesting to see.
It would have been interesting to see.
So I will ask. I don't know what year it was, but suit and tie Chris Jericho.
Oh wait, that was 2008. Yep, 2008. Feud with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was lying his ass off.
He punched Shawn Michaels' wife. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So does it elevate Chris Jericho more if you have Paul Heyman, or just the same thing would have just happened?
Because I distinctly remember even during that time, Chris Jericho was one of the nastiest heels in the business. Yeah. Adding someone like Paul Heyman, Lord have mercy.
It would have enhanced him because Paul Heyman would have been able to be even a bigger piece of shit with Jericho. So yeah,
true. Jericho and Paul, it would have magnified each other's douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul Heyman probably still owed him some money from ECW bookings too. So Jericho probably would have brought that up at some point.
Yeah, he'd have been like, "Yo, can I get that?" Oh, before we get too far away, I want to ask you guys: do you think? Okay, we've got Roman. He had this belt. Are we? What if he doesn't lose the belt at Mania? He could break Hulk Hogan's record as champ and get that nigga the fuck out of here.
I mean, yeah. At that point, if
he only has to make
at Mania,
September of next year is still a while away. But fucking in terms
damn, Menace, you are conflicted because it's like on the one hand, fuck Hulk Hogan.
No, straight.
And on the other hand, it's just like, oh.
I want Cody to finish his
but it's like,
bro,
but
when are we going to have another chance
bro?
to get Hulk Hogan out of here?
I can't have this man win another year, dog. I'm not ready to watch this man be champion for 4 years. That's cap.
I'm a fan of Roman Reigns. I like the reign.
Would you rather Roman keep on winning or have Hulk Hogan forever right there in that spot as the longest reigning champion?
This is a social.
They still got Bob Backlund and Bruno Sammartino.
No, he's already. Yeah. Well, Bruno Sammartino, no one's going for 5.
Yeah, nobody's.
Years.
Yeah. No one's getting that.
He beat Bob Backlund earlier this year.
As far as Roman's record, I'm going to be there watching it. So for me to watch it in live and in color in Philly, I don't care what happens technically.
That's difficult. That is difficult to say. I'm ready for the story to move forward. I'm ready for it to move on because it's like Roman, he's good. Like whatever, he's good. I want Cody to win the title because let's get some new stories going and let's see how he acts. But
have the chance
also
to get Terry out of here.
That's a fair point. And it's just
when else are we going to have someone who can even come close to holding
unless he gets yeah, that's a fair point.
Because real talk, if this man beats Cody at Mania, there is only one person that can dethrone that man, and it's Gunther.
What if Cody doesn't make it to Mania? What if
we're getting Gunther? We're getting Gunther Brock Lesnar, hopefully at Mania. So.
Yeah, I want that so bad.
Yeah, that
Gunther's also winning a world title at that at the Bash at the Berlin if he ain't IC champ. So who knows? He could.
I see him beating Seth Rollins.
Yeah. But I could see him if he holds that. If Roman is still champ by that time.
So speaking of Seth Rollins, so I would take authority. Would Paul Heyman elevate authority Seth Rollins, or it would just be the same?
Well, he has the briefcase.
Authority,
absolutely.
That would have been good.
Because Seth was still finding himself at that point. I feel like he wasn't as he was still an amazing worker. He's been an amazing worker since he was Tyler Black in Ring of Honor. But I feel like the authority was when he was really getting into this groove of like, he's a company guy. I know we all know the storyline, but I mean like in a literal sense, it was around that time when you were like, I could easily see Seth being a WWE lifer. You know what I mean? Like, and now,
he's going to be a lifer, so we know that.
Yeah, but I feel like the authority run is when we really felt that for real.
So I'll leave into Paul Heyman. Which outside WWE performer would benefit the most from Paul Heyman? Right? So y'all know the epic. What's that shit for SmackDown? It's not SmackDown Live, but.
Wait, so you're asking us what wrestler we think
beforehand for the what's the after SmackDown show that you said? Talking Smack. Oh, remember Paul Heyman had the talk with Big E on Talking Smack, and that really just like inspired him to kind of be better. Good, like Paul Heyman was like deeming him like the next big thing, like the next guy. So what outside WWE guy needs that type of speech to really be like, I could be like the next guy?
Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay, that would be the nail on the head because he's so close to being
a dude.
Yeah, Will Ospreay.
I think Will Ospreay would take that pep talk and stride.
For me, I got.
He'd say bruv a whole bunch.
For me, I got Ricky Starks.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This might be a hot take, but I'm going Wardlow.
He's something, man.
Wardlow is actually like that boy actually has star potential if they did him right.
That man needs a change.
But my thing is for the Wardlow thing, I never seen somebody's star potential just like get shot out the fucking air with a sniper rifle. Because I don't know what happened in the midst of him.
Booking ruined it.
No, I mean, he beat MJF in a stupid match to solidify himself. He had the Powerbomb Symphony, then his
Warlord's World.
Warlord's World, and he got his fucking ponytail cut off, and then he was just done after that. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
He was a Samson-ass nigga. He lost his hair.
They bitched him after he cut off his ponytail. I'm like, the fuck is going on with this guy? But yeah, that part.
Potential.
So with that, I mean, we're near the end of 2023. Yeah. So we were supposed to do outside WWE top 10 matches. I don't know if anybody has any top 10 matches at
I
that.
do.
But no, so I'll take the majority that's not having it. So we'll do 2023. Who would be your tag team in 2023? It could be any company. I don't care.
Oh, you talking about tag team match or just tag team?
Just tag team period of 2023.
Ooh.
Any company, I don't care.
I like my tag team 2020. I don't know. I want to say at least give them an honorable mention. ABC, Chris Bay and fucking goddamn, I can't remember the other dude's name. Ace Austin. Yeah, Chris Bay and Ace Austin. They have worked out their chemistry. When they first got together, I was like, I'm not sure how this tag team's gonna work, but they showed out. Like this year in tag team matches, they had matches with the Rascals that were amazing. They had matches in Rev Pro that were sick. They really, so I at least want to give them an honorable mention. I don't know if I want to but they did win I'm pretty sure they won the Impact.
Who is your tag team of the year?
I'm gonna let it be known that I 100% know this is not a correct answer. This is just a full biased answer because I love them since the day I started watching them. Man, I love me some Creed brothers.
Bro, I'm getting my fucking head.
About the Creed brothers. I can tell y'all right now, if they break up, that boy Julius Creed is about to be a fucking monster.
But
I love everything that the Creed brothers been doing since the start of NXT.
I think the Creed brothers breathe life into the WWE tag division.
But it doesn't feel like they're breathing life into the audience, though, because as I'm watching these matches, they're
not really wowing the crowds like that. And I'm like,
which is weird.
Watching that I'm not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's what I wasn't getting. Because I was like, I love
Like the
I love what
suplex
they're
spots was cold.
Nah,
Like,
I ain't seen too many people do triple or quadruple like consecutive, like hip toss suplex, but that shit's crazy.
For me, tag team of 2023, I'm probably going to give it to. I had it in my head. And it's just like it just fades away. FTR.
See, no, I've got them in the match of the year, but I don't know if they're because they had some. There was a lot of undelivered hype. They weren't used 2022 was their fucking year. They were tag.
What are you talking about?
FTR. I'm getting FTR.
2023. What we had the all-in match with the Bucks. They did have the
FTR
match of the year.
Look,
FTR, they're just so good. But I don't.
They're a good team, but they don't do anything as far as like program wise that I would say is like because.
So I'll be a Cornette Negro.
Their few. Yeah, you'll be the Cornette Negro. I would say if it's the tag team of the year, if it's either it would be the Creeds. They're up there for me. They're up there for me for sure.
Okay. Female wrestler 2023.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
No, that's actually a real good one.
I got one that might be a little wild. I'm gonna go with your girl Tiffany Stratton. I think as far as standing out, I think as far as elevating her game, Tiffany Stratton this year in NXT was working with Becky Lynch, working with with these other variety of people, and making herself known as a potential future star. For me, it would be her. If this was last year, or if Rhea wrestled more, I would say Rhea would run away.
My bad.
But Rhea, for me, she's great. Rhea, main character of Raw, she's great. But for me, I'm gonna actually go with Tiffany Stratton. I'm gonna give her some love.
Yeah, for my answer, I think if it's not Rhea Ripley, I'm going with Io Sky. But I'm definitely.
Never mind, Io Sky.
We talking about women.
You got it right.
Talking about women's wrestler of the year.
2023, yeah.
2023 is Julia's year. Fuck are we talking about? Julia showed the fuck out this year. Whether it was matches with Willow Nightingale, whether it was matches with fucking Sayori, whether it was matches with fucking bruh.
If Athena wasn't in Purgatory, she would have a good chance of winning this. She's on TV or she's not even on TV. She's in Purgatory. So
yeah,
hopefully we'll see her again one day.
Can we talk about how Tony Khan brought out a ROH women's TV title, and there's not ROH TV?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What the fuck? But yeah, Julia for me. Julia is my women's wrestler.
Book of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Book of the year.
So we got Julia, we got
EO.
Yeah, I'll go EO.
Double down on the EO. I might just go this Rhea as far as it's like
she's the biggest star in women's wrestling.
Yeah, for sure.
And one of the best. Like, let's not get it twisted.
No, like the woman can actually wrestle. Like that woman's great.
Yeah, like she's nasty.
It's an event when she actually does show up and show out to wrestle. So credit to her.
I think more of her outside work in the ring, outside ring work, just commanding.
She's gonna. They'll fuck around and they'll lose Rhea to Hollywood for real. She could be in fucking movies, bro.
Yeah, I think
gonna fuck around and lose her to Dom.
Commanding all men's roster, not a roster with faction, just being probably a legit threat. Like her stare down
Judgment Day,
bro.
Her stare down with Solo Securo was.
They took over the whole second half of the beginning of 2023. Still firmly belonged to the Bloodline to a certain point.
Bloodline let it go because Roman
after Bloodline disintegrated and Roman fucking took his break. They picked up right behind it. It was like, oh, you thought a big bad was out of here? It's like you think the villain's out of your favorite anime? Well,
you know me.
You needed Rhea in the bloodline.
He
never did.
Judgment Day.
You need to end of Judgment Day.
How you guys feel about this R-Truth shit? I'm not gonna lie, it's low key growing on me.
I love it. I love everything about it.
I hated it at first. I'm not gonna lie.
I loved it since day one because I knew exactly what they was doing. It was a flip of Sami Zayn with the bloodline.
Bro. I like seeing R-Truth wrestle. I understand he's a comedy character, but I still think back to the epic matches of Ron Killings we've
DP,
fucking, bro.
I know you didn't mean that. I can see it in your eyes.
Man, I ain't even told you, man. I really believe that if they would have pushed heel R-Truth when he was how started Little Jimmy, he was doing like the
2011
shit. 2011, yeah, that boy could have been one of the best heels during that generation.
Yeah.
Like
the stuff him and Miz did was legendary. Like,
no, that shit was actually ahead of his time. Like that shit
similar to Mark Henry in like 2013 post that retirement speech. They could have gave him a little.
You understand? They had a main event match with The Rock and John Cena tag team match.
Like that's at Survivor Series, one of the
Madison Square Garden.
That says a whole lot. And
now you could actually hold your head up in that, just like
The Rock's first match in 7 years. R-Truth and Miz were in it. Like that's some goat shit. Like
it really is.
So we'll go faction of 2023.
The Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment Day.
Easy work.
Yeah, very easy work.
Rivalry.
I do like the whole Alpha Academy just adopting people into their group because it looks like Tozawa's in now. Creed brothers and Ivy now are kind of adjacent.
I don't know if I want the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile in the Alpha Academy.
Fuck it. Let everybody in. It's basically a fucking 80s movie faction.
Hey,
I face you all over again.
Hey, I'm just saying.
The metaphor in NXT is dope too. I like that.
Last week when we gave our hot takes for 2024, and I said Ivy now might be the next face of the women's division, and y'all looked at it like I was crazy.
Yeah,
no, I still saying. Hey,
that shit.
In my opinion, Ivy Nile still isn't that great in the ring, bro. She looks amazing. She got the look.
Yeah, give her some time. Like, clearly, they see something in that. Like they see something in her.
But they should have done more in NXT with her before they moved her up.
I understand your point, Afro.
No, I do feel that.
Built her up.
What I'm saying with the Ivy Nile stuff before you move on, right? She's done level up for the most part. Just level up and just like you see clips of it from what she was doing on like NXT pre-shows and stuff like that. But if she could keep her composure and if Rhea carries her in a match, because they're gonna have a match.
I mean, Rhea can carry anybody in a match. She got Maxine Dupree through there somehow.
Right. So what I'm saying is the only person I've seen that didn't really need to get carried, that was supposed to be like the next guy or next woman in this example, was Ronda.
Shotzi, when they were trying to push Shotzi, bro.
Ronda was in a match with Triple H, Kurt Angle, and the greatest woman wrestler of all time, Stephanie McMahon.
She invented women's wrestling.
Yeah, no one did.
She invented women's wrestling, obviously. So
best ECW owner ever. At least the dudes got paid.
And
the greatest women's champion of all time.
When we think about wrestling, you gotta think Stephanie McMahon and you think women's wrestling.
You got to.
And I say that
daughter of Durag Vince. Come on, man.
I get that from the heart, all honestly.
She had a marquee match at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? Like she
not even bullshitting. That Brie Bella match that she had was better than it had any.
No, in real life was way better than it actually should have been.
It had
fucking bizarre.
It was better than it had any right to be at all.
Exactly. If you need one match to just be like, oh shit, this match is not half bad. It's that one.
It's actually that match for sure.
And the next match after that would be Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, which arguably is the best match of WrestleMania. That WrestleMania right there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Arguably, it was really good.
That and the ladder match that when the Hardys came back, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
To me, I think it was Triple H, Seth Rollins, or that match that was match of the night.
Kingslayer, Seth Rollins.
Kingslayer. All right, so best rivalry.
2023.
2023, kind of.
Tony Khan versus us.
Tony Khan versus company.
Tony Khan versus the world.
Tony Khan versus himself.
Yeah, Tony Khan versus himself got to be number one.
Or Tony Khan versus cocaine.
AEW versus everybody versus themselves. Yeah. That's a good one. CM Punk versus the Elite. Ooh. That's rivalry of the year because
I'm gonna be honest. I was real thinking of
last year though.
Like CM Punk versus Jack Perry or some funny shit.
Jack Perry, make him a Paul Heyman guy and see how long that lasts. Jack Perry,
maybe that boy can actually do some irrelevance in there.
Jack,
because I'm sorry. Like I know we talk about it all the time, but like I'm so serious. What do people see in that boy Jack Perry that he's gassed up so crazy like he is?
He's Perry's son.
To me, he has literally always been the definition of okay. Like he can put on a good match, but by himself, he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't bad, but it ain't the greatest ever.
He's Arby's. Like he's edible. Like he be edible. Like I ain't gonna go out my way to see this shit. I ain't gonna go out my way to go to watch a Jack Perry match.
To wrestling event to see some Jack Perry.
Yeah. Oh, he's there. Cool.
Tony Khan will forever be the guy that picked Jack Perry over CM Punk.
Yeah. That's what he is. He's Arby's, and you know what? Arby's. It's. I think it's food. It does the job. It provides you some type of sustenance.
Which is all Jack Perry should be doing in wrestling.
Yeah.
The
job.
Doing the job.
But that man, for me, it's one of those weird things where it's like he hasn't been around and it hasn't made an impact. And I think it's just that kind of shows you that dude doesn't really, he moves nothing. And
no needles are being moved by Jungle Boy.
Yeah, no needles, it's just nothing.
Luchasaurus turned into Kill Switch.
Well, Luchasaurus again
started a band.
He's Kill Switch again, or Luchasaurus again, according to Christian, because he forgot for a second because that nigga's 50.
Yeah, he can still go though.
Yeah, and apparently he's smashing Nick Wayne's mom. And
it's kind of hard to think about what feud of the year, because like MJF's had a litany of feuds with like everybody this year.
He's basically been, and I got a question. This is just a thought that I had, and I wanted to see how y'all feel about it. The Rock in 1999, I feel that's when he became main character of WWE. Like he was involved in damn near everything. No, like 2 years before Scorpion King. Yeah, like he was everything from title picture to mid-card stuff to like he was everywhere doing stuff on TV. MJF, I feel, is in that same position this year because he's been in a.
It's hard to try to do it like The Rock, bro.
But I think that's like that show.
Yeah.
Right. Vince Russo and Vince McMahon too. But like the thing that I'm saying is that that's where The Rock was like he solidified as I'm that dude. Like Steve Austin was champ for a lot of that year, but The Rock was the star of the show. MJF, like he's kind of been like that this whole year. He's been doing every fucking thing for AEW. And
bro, I think for the last 3 separate pay-per-views for AEW, he's wrestled at the beginning and the end of the pay-per-view.
Trying to kill him.
For the last 3 pay-per-views, that's fucking ridiculous.
So stupid. But anyway,
why is MJF wrestling on the pre-show and then in the main event too?
It's Tony Khan versus us. I'm telling you, that's feud. I'm not even playing. That's the feud of the year.
Up because now Tony Khan's gotten to that point where his failures are the fans' fault. It's because of this. So much of the industry is on Twitter, and there are so many bad faith fans that AEW's just always.
You need a new dealer,
nigga. Maybe you can just say you're not that good at booking, bro.
You need to stop buying that stepped on shit.
Giving bad TV, so you're getting the results you're getting.
Well, I didn't hear everybody. Menace, who was your rivalry?
I mean, like damn. I kind of like Sami Zayn and the Bloodline rivalry because
Even
there
with
was like it was just a whole different like emotional feel to that story. And it was like the moment that Sami connected the chair on Roman, it was the moment that everybody wanted to see, and it was like that was a whole different elation. That was like
epic
I don't remember I truly don't remember the last time I was like that genuinely happy for a wrestling moment in the last couple of years. Like that was just a whole different, like happiness to that story. So I kind of like where that led with Jay, and then that led to Jimmy. So the entire culmination of Sami to Roman, then that led to Roman to Jay, then that led Jay doing whatever with Jimmy. I'm gonna go with Sami and Roman.
That's good.
Sami in the Bloodline period.
But for me, 2023, I'm gonna go Roman Cody because
for sure,
it's a lot.
That's a good one.
Even though Cody, the rubber
didn't finish the story. I honestly think I think the little mini feud that we got with Dijak and Ilya, like I'm gonna always praise that in NXT because it was just smoke.
Ooh.
That was what that feud was.
Bruh, Carmelo Hayes and Ilya, bro. They had like 3 different matches this year. All of them were fire.
Another one that I honestly think was kind of underrated, that I think actually cooked and was really good, was Ray Dominic. I think Ray in that lead up to the Mania match,
Judgment Day.
It did, but I think they were able to pull it together, and that Mania match is still one of the funnest experiences that I had watching wrestling this year, and that led into
his ass whooped by his daddy.
Yeah, and Michael Cole losing his mind, and then that led into Backlash Puerto Rico with the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest stuff, and that shit was gas.
One of the craziest pops in wrestling history, bro.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So last point will be a defining moment of 2023 as far as wrestling was to be a match, like return, a business decision.
Aside CM Punk.
Yeah, no. Oh, I was gonna say that's easily that. Come on, what are we talking about? CM Punk coming back to WWE is it?
Yeah.
Like there is no other. What else compares to like the gravity that one man fucking puts on the industry? That's what a
one man's
draw looks like.
All the toxicity that has been involved over the last couple.
They said CM Punk couldn't draw, and then he drew all of Collision's fucking viewer base in the one quarter he was in when he came back.
I mean, honestly, if we're leading to that, I think the defining moment, if it's related to Punk, Jack Perry doing the glass shit at All In the Crimea River. That is because look what it led to. But I got something else, but like that could.
I'm gonna go Jay Penn and Roman.
That was a big.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm also gonna go with something Roman related. I think it's Roman beating Cody because it was a possibility.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody really thought it was gonna happen.
I think if they would have done it then, we wouldn't have this temptation of him beating Hulk Hogan now.
Because now there's uncertainty around a lot of stuff with WrestleMania. It's like, yeah, Cody could finish the story. Or
he could also not finish the story. Because Cody's story, in my opinion, the best time don't put the fucking belt on him at WrestleMania. You put the belt on him at fucking your Madison Square Garden house show, bro.
Or do it in Atlanta. Or like that's what that thing happened. Yeah, it should happen at Mania, but I think that added doubt. Like that's added doubt to a lot of shit. So I think that's the defining moment of the year.
Menace.
So aside from Roman, I do agree. If it's not Jay pinning Roman, then it's Sami hitting Roman with the chair. But I do think it involves Roman Reigns, and that's coming from a Roman hater. But storytelling was, both of those moments were absolutely massive for the entire story of the Bloodline. Because one directly led to the effect of the other. And both of them had their own, problems with each other, then their own things with Roman, and they kind of went down the same path, just their own, little, twist and turn ways. So I think I want to give it 1 to Jay and then 2 Sami.
Afro comedy, yeah, one or
wait, what is it again? I'm not going to lie.
Just pretty much the most impactful.
Oh yeah, CM Punk, bro.
Oh yeah, Punk.
CM Punk.
Try me a river.
I thought it was aside from CM Punk.
Aside CM, it got to be aside CM Punk. It's like
besides CM Punk. Besides,
like if it was 2022, we'd be like Vince getting up out the paint for a while. Like let's
listen. But if besides 2022, I'm gonna give it to the return of R-Truth.
You know what?
They have no
I
Randy.
fucks with that.
Yeah, but shout out to Randy, but I mean
Randy.
Daddy's back isn't hitting like it should. Come on, Daddy's back.
I feel like if he didn't use it as much, it would hit the same. But if now that he's clearly using it as like a regular, this is like his new catchphrase thing.
Yeah, because I'm not buying a fucking Randy Orton shirt that says "Daddy's back" on the back of it. I'm just not. And I love Randy Orton. I've got a
I can't fuck with that.
I've got a Legend Killer shirt somewhere, but I don't know if I'm gonna be copping the Daddy's back.
I can't be calling no grown man that I ain't related to daddy.
Yeah,
that just
I don't call my pops daddy.
That doesn't feel right.
I've seen worse WWE merch.
Yeah, there's been worse. I've seen worse wrestling merch. Like the AJ Styles cum shirt that he had in TNA was awful.
But Randy Orton's always been that guy that's known to, because you guys remember Randy's had some super sick shirt designs, like from the Viper's head to the different. I remember the Viper's head that was made out of RKOs. Fucking, just the RKO in itself, the silhouette is a fucking.
So I'll ask this: who had the highest of highs in 2023? LA Knight or Cody Rhodes?
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Because Cody Rhodes was already a top star that was chasing like the ultimate top prize. Yeah. LA Knight went from being a literal mid-carder to being a top star in the business in 1 year.
Main eventing for the blood money.
Yeah, literally main eventing, with the tribal chief. So it was like if
he might be the new face of Slim Jim too.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he lost, if LA Knight can progress to where he got to the same level as a Cody Rhodes main event, a major pay-per-view with the tribal chief, it's LA Knight.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
I'm gonna also go, I think honestly, and this is a low-key one, like even though it's not as high, but I think it's just smart. I'm gonna go with Dragon Lee signing with WWE instead of AEW. And the way he did it was,
but they're giving him the jobber push, bro.
The AAA, he won the AAA tag titles with his brother, with Drew Listico.
Yeah.
On that night said, hey, I'm signing with NXT. And they beat FTR to do that shit too, which was hilarious.
They
so
took
for me,
the belts off of him
that's some next level petty shit, and I admire it. But also, they're smartly utilizing him, and they're not next Rey Mysterio and him to death.
Champion now, isn't he?
I mean, you learn from Kalisto, and you learn from Sin Cara, so.
And Alberto Del Rio.
They're doing decent on the Del Rio. They're doing decent on the indies.
And also the last bit of tidbit news, real quick before you log off. Triple H is taking over the Hall of Fame. Who knows what that means? Decision making, who gets to go in and who's not. Is that I heard people saying the Hall of Fame ain't a real thing. Who gives a fuck? But who knows? It might have. That's gonna be good. Who gets in and who gets out?
I think we could see like one
be in the Hall of Fame. That's not.
Oh, Hart, obviously, but
that ain't happening as long as Martha ain't cool with it. For me, I honestly think Bam. I think they could do an ECW related thing since they in Philly. Bam Bam could be in. That could be where you could put Tom. He's not yet.
Crazy.
Tommy Dreamer could be one that they add. There's not really that many ECW. Paul Heyman probably could get in this year, and honestly, I think Umaga could get in too.
It'll be interesting to see because the first announcement is pretty much the theme of the whole entire thing for the most part, or Yeah,
And if Batista's available, he'll go in this year.
If they do an ECW on just Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Rob Van Dam.
You guys remember how the Sandman started as compared to where he finished? Like this
nigga was a surfer. I was watching that Jim Cornette shit. He was just like, he was a surfer with the zinc, and then he became a drunk who smoked his way to the ring, and people loved him. Fucking Paul Heyman.
Into the Sandman.
That's Paul Heyman's best ability. Is like, dog, he can't wrestle worth a shit, but I'm gonna make him a cult legend. This nigga, I'm gonna get fucking Aldo Montoya over as a world champion. Not quite, because just Incredible is cheeks. But
oh god, we're not getting into that. But listen, we're out of here. Everybody, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. Jamel, aka Eastside Reviews, where you can find you at.
Find me on Instagram at Jamel727. Find me on YouTube, Eastside Reviews. Find me on TikTok at Eastside Reviews. Gonna start the WrestleMania stuff in the new year. Trying to go through all these old ass WrestleManias up into the modern day. I'm not looking forward to them Hogan era WrestleManias because WrestleMania 2 is cheeks.
WrestleMania 3 is a flog.
Cheeks.
All the WrestleManias are fucking trash. But
Merry
Christmas. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Menace, where you can find you at?
You find me on TikTok, Menace to Society 3. Talk about anime and wrestling. And I also got a new wrestling channel that I'm about to be going crazy on for this new year. Literally going to be dedicated all to wrestling. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and give me a follow. Go crazy on it.
The Advertisement 765.
You already know you can find me at AfroComedy765 on all platforms. Of course, you can also catch me on Overall 99 Media, being an Overall 99 scumbag. You know the vibe. Something like that. Something
I bet. And then, follow the Blood Cartel, Facebook, IG, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, and then follow Friday Night Yerrr YouTube page. You know what I mean? Do all that. You need all the subscribers you get and be lit in 2024. But next week, last episode 2023, we gonna come up with something. I think I might have to come with that tournament.
Greatest wrestler all time.
I went through and watched all my matches of
I might do best interest tournament.
Ooh,
best intro.
That could be cool.
Best interest, the whole thing.
That could be interesting.
Music, the pyro, if there is some, the ambiance of the person coming out. It's like
I'm just saying,
like the Showtime, bro.
Batista,
I was gonna say
Batista. Throw the whole list away.
He definitely makes it into the top 5, because them guns are iconic.
Old Booger Red got to be in that top 5 too.
But we'll be there. Probably just do that. 16 entrances, only one can win.
Who will survive?
Who will survive? We'll see you Negroes next week.